I'm hearing there's a version of you emerging after everything you've survived. We got 3 cards. So first off, I'm seeing that you're somebody who's very understanding, someone who's very generous, someone who's very giving, and I feel like you went through whatever you went through specifically for a higher purpose. You might identify with believing in God or the universe or some form of a higher power. You are very spiritual in nature, very sensitive, very intuitive, very tapped in. You are someone who often looks for signs in things. You're someone who, for example, if you get stuck in traffic for 30 minutes, you might initially be irritated because you're a human, and that's a human response. And then, you remember, well, this is divine protection. Everything happens for a reason. Me or somebody I love could have been harmed had this not happened. Like, you truly understand that everything happens for a reason. And you teach people that, like, you're very positive, you're very uplifting. You really are a gift to the world. I feel like whatever you have been through, you've also really understood the human psyche. It's not hard to understand how to socialize, how to work people, what to say, how to make them feel good, but to actually understand what people are thinking, feeling, and doing. People like us who really see the ulterior motives and the intentions behind the things people say and do, you often don't want to be around a lot of people, and not because you think you're better than them, but just because you understand the level of consciousness they're operating at. They're not going to be able to truly see you, they're just going to project onto you. It is natural for the person who vibrates the highest in the room to receive a majority of the projection. If you are around someone whose vibration is higher than you, it is almost like your body being butt naked next to the sun. It's going to burn. You have to adjust, you have to tan, you have to expose your skin to the sun. Our human nature is to blame the thing that burned us, or to project onto the person that made us feel a certain way. We blame them because it keeps us powerless. That's why we are taught that things are outside of ourselves, when in reality, it was on that person to adjust themselves to the sun, or to understand that the sun isn't at fault just because I'm not able to tolerate it. I need to become stronger in order to be able to be around it. It doesn't have to become less. I feel like that all came out for a very good reason. You're someone who might have been through a recent smear campaign of some sort. It's like for a long time you felt as though things weren't going to get better. I feel like someone you really cared about, or multiple people, or maybe even like an organization or a community, whatever it was, they really tried to make you the scapegoat because you vibrate high, because this is what was here next, because you are strong, because you are strength embodied. So, like I said, you are somebody who understood that you had to go through this death and rebirth. This card, when it's upright, is depicting of a man who is looking downtrodden and upset because the 3 cups in front of him are spilt. The 2 behind him are full, and he doesn't see those. You went through this experience and you up-leveled in this brand new way. And it's like you understand now people's psyche, groupthink. Like, you've always been someone who read people very easily. You're someone who's very psychically gifted. Yeah, there's a new version of you that's emerging through all of these past experiences you have been through. Anything else? Spirit, source, the universe. Wow. I don't know if you guys could see that, but this flew right out. King of Swords. You're understanding now the human psyche, people's intentions. If you're very spiritually gifted and sensitive like you are, because I'm psychic. I'm just kidding. But really, you are someone who is emotionally in tune, spiritually in tune. But you doubted yourself for a long time, and I feel like you are around a lot of people that gaslight you. They did not see that you were the fucking star. Actually, no, I'm hearing, no, they did see, but they didn't want to believe it. They knew who the fuck you were. I keep going back to that because, I don't know, you want to think people aren't as gross as they are, but they are. Whatever you've been through, you now learn that, holding your tongue sometimes is, you're someone who's very funny, too. I feel like you're somebody who, you might be good at, rapping or writing or poems or comebacks, or, you just have a quick wit, and I feel like you used to pop off at people and, put them in their place, And like it would make you feel good for a second, but whenever you lash out like that, even if it's deserving, whenever you're putting energy like that back out, it's going to reverberate and come back to you. So I feel like whatever this past thing that you went through, this last betrayal, this heartbreak, this pain, this trauma, it like something new emerged within you. Like you became this untouchable. Like I'm hearing you're an untouchable. You're untouchable. You are who nobody in your bloodline has been able to embody yet. You are the cycle breaker, and it's like something clicked. You threw your hands up and you surrendered to the divine. Even though your heart felt a certain way, you could see that there was something convoluted, your vision. You could see that there was something more going on, and that it wasn't your rejection, it was his protection. You surrendered and you bit your tongue and you rebuilt yourself. Off mostly the energy of them just watching you every day, obsessed with you. I just saw 911. Archangel Michael might be significant, but just know your archangels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your team is riding for you. And they're like, nuck if you buck to all of these karmics that have been fucking with you all along. God was allowing it up until a certain point. Now that you are here, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, you are embodying this King of Swords energy. You are someone who is not only quick-witted, but wise. Yeah, you have the comeback, but you know when to bite your tongue and smile and allow them to work up their karma. All the while they're focused on you and you're transmuting that darkness into more light, beauty, health. Keep going. I fucking love you. You're badass.